Hope you guys had a good weekend. New heroes, that was unexpected. I don't know when the last heroes were released in beta. I think it was 3 months and a half ago. Okay, so I removed some dust from my beta account for you guys. So, new heroes. I'm quite excited. You guys know heroes are my cup of tea. Okay, so 5 new heroes, 1 MGE, 4 from Wheel. So as usual. Season 5 has been a bit particular because we've had Napoleon and Henry V as well. So one thing I want to say first of all, I'm going to just show you all 5 new heroes and then I'll get back to her, okay? I want to say that I don't think these heroes, aside from Dae Jang Geum, I don't think any of them are from Return to Empire, so I don't think any of them are from the Chinese version. And I want to say their designs are amazing. Like Arslan is amazing. We have Scipio, who looks amazing as well. Another Roman hero. So we have William the Conqueror. I don't know if that's how he's officially represented, but I don't know. Like he looks like he fell into a can of paint. No, like it's very bright. Okay, to say the least. And then we have Zhao Yun, which had been teased so like a very long time ago now. So let's start with Mrs. DJG. Let's call her DJG because since I am bad at pronunciation in Korean, I don't want to jinx her name or mispronounce. So I'll call her DJG. So she is tactician. So we have a couple of tactician heroes this season, 2 I believe. Yep. She's Spike and Cavalry, so that's interesting. That could be, I've always said there could be a hero to replace Ashoka. That's what I've personally been waiting for. Someone to replace old Ashoka, because I don't think he's great with... I mean, he's good with Belisarius, but is he the best? I'm not sure. However, I would love to see another DPS with Belisarius, with Elizabeth, but she doesn't seem like one. They say it's birth and recovery. She could also bring life to the old Hannibal lineup. Maybe not make it meta, because as we know, sadly, Lubu is still overpowering over Hannibal, but maybe make Hannibal have more of an impact in rallies, because Hannibal is a very good rally hero, as I've always been saying. Yes, the voices. Not those in my head, by the way. What's this music? But what? Is that from her? Can you guys hear that? Okay. Okay, great. So DJG, let's see. DJG, commander skill recovers your units. Okay, we know now that commander skill that recover units are not great. And increases the strategy damage dealt by other heroes by a certain amount. Okay. I don't think she's made to be commander, but that's always nice to see what, what they give regardless. Recover your units by a good amount, it looks like. And increase the strategy and might, okay, of your other 2 heroes by an amount equal to, let's see, it's time to pull out the calculator, you know how it goes. It's like 3.2%, okay. Increase the strategy and might of your other 2 heroes, wow, okay. By an amount equal to 3.2% of DJG corresponding base attributes. Stacks up to 3 times and cannot be dispelled, wow. Wow, so that's a really great fit with Hannibal. Okay, okay, so she could already be... I can see her being a good replacement to Justinian. Why is that? Because Ashoka scales with strategy and might. And Hannibal scales with strategy and might. So... that's actually very good. She's a very good support and a very good replacement to Justinian. She has healing as well. So, I don't know if she has Peaceful Haven, but if she has Peaceful Haven, she's straight up a great replacement to Justinian. She's very simple, by the way. It's nice to see that for once we have a hero that's not too overly complicated. Let's see her skills. So, she has Immortal Army, which is good, which Justinian does not have, by the way. Peaceful Haven, that's perfect. You guys know how much I love Peaceful Haven. Peaceful Haven is an amazing skill, so that's great. She has King's Blade, okay, which can be useful as well. Let's see new unique customizable skill. Strengthening fortification. Okay. When your commander uses their signature skill... Okay, they don't say which one, so it could be any signature skill, really. Their customizable skill damage increases by 6%. Okay, so it would indeed be a great fit with Hannibal, because Hannibal can be played with double customizable skill that are DPS. And when they use their customizable skills, the activation chance of their signature skill increases by 2%. Okay. Only works for active and secondary strike. Okay. So that means she could increase Hannibal's signature skill by 8% and his customizable skill damage by 24%, which is not bad. Okay, let's see her stars yet before I give my final review. Increases Elixir's Feast recovery rate by 50%. Yes, let's have a look. I didn't calculate the recovery rate. So 94.8 minus 89.4 is 300. Wow. So 300% base healing is not bad at all. Okay, I like that. So third star, not very interesting. An increase, you know, by a small amount. 50% compared to 300% is still decent. That means basically a very easily achievable 350% healing, which is not bad considering Hannibal is known to be a tanky lineup. Remember, Hannibal is not meant to DPS; he's meant to be kind of a sustained hero that brings, you know, that all of that debuffs onto the enemies. So okay, why not? Increases Elixir's Feast attribute transfer ratio by 3% per use. That makes it 6%. That's not bad at all, man. That's like 18% maximum. That's insane. I mean, that's very good. Very good third rank, I have to say. Oh my Jesus. Wow, that is amazing. After activating Elixir's Feast, reduces your troops' damage taken by 15% strategy bonus for 6 seconds. That is very good. The buff lasts for 6 seconds, so that means you have 2 turns to activate it. I mean, like you can basically activate it every 2 turns to have like 100% coverage. So you basically, like, you're very close to, yeah, to activate it. Like if you're lucky, you can activate it like every 2 turns or whatever, with that 40% chance. Wow, she's very good. Not gonna lie, she's very good. I like that. And finally, some update for Justinian. I mean, poor guy, man. Let's see the talent tree. Why'd you have to do me like that, AOEM? Do you guys see the issue already? She buffs her own damage. Why? Why? You make a hero that buffs the commander with no DPS skill. Why would you do that, AOEM? Strategic preparation, increase the troop strategy damage by 4.5%, okay. Increases your commander's secondary strike skill damage by 6%, that's very good. I still think she's a better fit with Hannibal because of the fact that she buffs might as well as strategy. And Bulwark, okay, very basic talent tree, but still decent. We'll have a look at Mr. MGE right now, because he's the other tactician hero. Where is he? Mr. Can of Paint. Here he is. Oh, he speaks French. That's actually accurate. Why do you mean I look alike? Don't look like him, no? Okay, I'll ignore that for now. Let's have a look. So he's support and buff as well. Okay. So let's have a look at this guy. He's only cavalry, so that's interesting. So he could be paired with DJG, could be paired with Justinian, with Ashoka, with Hannibal, with Belisarius. Just looking at the recovery thing, I know it's going to be a trash commander skill. Reduces an armor and strategy of the primary target's commander. Okay. Additionally, when your troops deal damage, there is a X% chance to calculate using the lower of enemy troop might defend. Okay. So this is pretty much like pretty much the same thing Elizabeth has, where she picks the lowest enemy defense. Wow, Doomsday Judgment. Holy, he became badass like all of a sudden. Doomsday. What the fuck? Wow, he's looking at me like... You see how he's looking at you right now? He's very... Yeah. Come on. Come on, William. We'll keep that for later. If your heroes have completely different signature skill types... Okay. Marks those skill types. Ah, okay. That's an interesting mechanic. So this is... Oh, okay, this is turn-based. Once every 6 seconds, reduces damage taken by your troop. By how much?
4.74 minus 4.47.
15, okay. And additionally reduces damage taken from skills of marked types by another 15% for 3 seconds. Okay. Wait, that's actually pretty good. So, first of all, it's not scaling. There is no strategy bonus, there is no might bonus. So wait, it's actually pretty good because if you play, let's say you play a Hannibal, if you play Hannibal, William and let's say DJG, you will have active turn-based and secondary strike marks, which means that you will reduce damage from secondary strike, which means Lubu, which means Belisarius. We will reduce damage from turn-based, which means Martial Pike, which counters cavalry. You will reduce damage from active heroes, so that means King Arthur, that means Miyamoto, so that's pretty good. So honestly, this guy here is so far not too bad. Whenever an enemy troop activates a skill of marked types, increases your hero's same type skill damage by... That's 10% strategy bonus. Okay, that's pretty good. So let's say you're 1v1 against Lubu. Lubu will deal secondary strike damage to you, which means that you will deal more secondary strike damage from your Belisarius or your Hannibal. If you take damage, I guess that's only ever good for your Hannibal, so for secondary strike damage, but that's still something. Okay, honestly not too bad. It's not overly complicated either. Oh. Okay, that's a bit underwhelming. Okay, that's not very good. I guess fortification is not bad. Does he have healing again? No, he doesn't. Okay. Tenacity is not the best skill. What is his scaling, by the way? Strategy, he has pretty mediocre armor. Okay, so tenacity is not the best. I guess triple offensive would be a choice, or you could go with ultimate strategy. And then you have his unique skill. So crowned claim, let's see. Crowned claim. Passive skill, alright. When this hero uses their signature skill, excluding passive skills, other hero's signature skill damage increases by 6%, strategy bonus. Okay. If the skill type is different from this hero's signature skill, it gets an additional 6% damage boost, stacking up to 4 times. 12% damage boost with strategy bonus, up to 4 times, so 48% damage buff with strategy bonus, so at least 100% buff. So pretty good support, honestly. Let's see the stars now. After Doomsday Judgment activates, your troop takes 10% less damage and 10% less targeted skill damage. Wow, okay. When they say targeted, I guess they mean, yeah, like marked types. So that's 25% each. That's pretty good. That's actually a very good first star, I'm not gonna lie. Whenever an enemy troop uses a skill of marked types, damage increases effect on your heroes or further increased by an additional 5%, okay? He's a pretty good buff hero, to be fair. So that would be 15%, that's a pretty good third star as well. Honestly, he's not bad. Whenever an enemy troop uses a skill of marked types, your hero's damage increase effects apply to... Wow, okay, that's pretty good. Like, I'm saying it now, this will be very useful in the future, because right now, we only have secondary strike DPS, cavalry tactician heroes, right? But when we have a mix of different heroes, of different strategy heroes, this will be very good. Whenever an enemy troop uses a skill of the marked types, your hero's damage increase effects apply to all skill types and are increased by an additional 5%. So that means 20% damage buff. That's 20% damage buff with strategy increase plus 48% with strategy bonus in his customizable skills. So honestly, like the damage he brings is pretty fat. So let's see the talent tree. I swear to God, man. Why is that? So again, he buffs himself. Trip strategy damage by 4.5%, very basic. Commander secondary strike damage, very basic. Crushing blow, 25% chance to increase the damage by 15%, that's pretty good, but that's very basic. And bulwark is very basic as well. Like, why do they do that, man? I don't understand. So very basic talent tree. When you compare to, like, if there's one thing that was good about Napoleon was his talent tree. He had a very good talent tree. Who's next on the board? Ah, Arslan. So, I love his design, by the way. Can we talk about that? Okay, let's have a look at his commander skill. So what do they say? Attack and active? Active. Deals might damage to up to 3 enemy troops in the fan-shaped area in front. And applies the flee effect. Okay, a whole new mechanic still. Causing them, to take might damage that ignores a certain amount of defense. Every second for 9 seconds. Okay. Causing them to take might damage. Ah, okay, so it's like a dot, right? It's a damage per turn. Damage per second, sorry. So he takes 1 tick of damage, like he... Flee applies, like it's like the rout effect. But yeah, we've ignored defense, yeah. Okay, okay. I see, alright. Yeah, it's rout, but with okay, I mean... Sorry, what? 55%, wow. Earth Splitting Hoof. Applies the flee effect to the enemy troop, causing them to take might damage. That okay, that's the same thing, right? How much is that? So how much defense does it ignore? Okay, that's 20%. Causing them to take might damage that ignore 20% defense, so it's not scaling. Damage rate. Okay. Okay, so 30%. Ah, that's very low. That's like 108 times 9. Okay, 30% times 9, 270, sorry. I mean, okay, why not? If the troop has already entered the flee state, immediately settles things. Okay, so if you are already in the flee state and you reapply it, you will instantly deal the remaining damage to this to the enemy. That's what I'm understanding, and reapply the flee effect. Okay. I don't know, I'm not too impressed, but we'll see. My issue is archers right now. They have Mulan and Bellevue as DPS. The only 3 supports they have is Attila, which is usually taken by Lubu. Rani, which is kind of, you know, she's kind of old right now, and Mehmet. Mehmet is very good. So yes, Peerless Strike, yes, Bloodthirst. I think High Spirit is better, probably, because we want to inflict that flee state as much as possible. I think that's the play with him. Let's see, Valorous Reputation. Deals might damage to the enemy troop. Okay, so that's an active skill, so that would be very good with High Spirit. If the target is in the flee state, deals an additional instance of might damage. If the target isn't in flee state, make them flee, dealing might damage, etc. Okay. Okay, yeah, so he's a pretty good DPS. No, that's for sure. He's a very interesting DPS. 55% with High Spirit. 45, sorry, no, 55 makes it 73%, so honestly pretty good. So yeah, but the thing is, I don't think archers are missing a DPS right now. That's my issue. I think archers are missing a support, like a better support that provides secondary strike skill damage reduction or something like that. So as a hero, he's not bad per se. I think he's pretty okay of a hero. Okay, so what do we have? Increases the damage rate of Earth Splitting Hoof's flee state by 10%. So that's 40%. Okay. That's 40% times 9. right? That's 360% damage in total, so that's honestly pretty good damage. Increases Earth-Splitting Hoof activation chance by 10%, so that's 65% base chance, plus 18% with High Spirit, which makes it 83%. Wow. 83% activation chance is like Miyamoto with Triple One buff. Increases, so pretty good third star. Pretty good first star as well. Increase Earth-Splitting Hoof's activation chance by 10%. When settling the flee state, increases damage by 15%. That's pretty good. So he's a very good DPS so far. Increases the defense ignore rate of Earth-Splitting Hoof by an additional 5%. I mean, okay. After each... Okay, reduces your troop damage taken by 5% up to 3 stars. That's not bad, okay. I guess the 3 star is really the must, I would say. And the 5th star is also very good. But is it what the archers need right now? I think you could have the best DPS lineup of all time. Mulan, Mehmet, Arslan, and still get one shot by Lubu. That's the issue. Talent tree, let's see. He buffs the commander damage, so that emphasizes on the fact that he could be played as a secondary hero. Intrepid warrior, troop smite by 4.5. Increases the hero damage skill by 10%, okay. Okay, very basic talent tree again. Okay. I mean, so far is the one I'm the least impressed with, if I'm honest. Okay, the hero everyone has been waiting for. We'll check his commander skill. Again, recovery, so we're not gonna be garbage. Increases the damage of your other hero signature skill active skill by a certain amount. And okay, yeah. He's not meant to be commander, that is for sure. African Conquest. Oh, that is very long. That is a very long signature skill. Okay. Okay, let's see. So it's a passive skill first. Interesting. After your commander activates the signature active skills, reduce damage taken by your troop by 25%. Okay. It's worth noting that it doesn't have any scaling, right? So it's flat 25% for 3 seconds. After your commander skill activates the signature active skills. Okay. After triggering 5 times, oh, here we go. Your troop enters the conquest state. Activation count does not accumulate during this period for 6 seconds. Okay. We enter the conquest state for 6 seconds after 5 signature skills. Okay. During this state, your commander signature active skills can deal critical strikes. Holy guacamole. That's 20% chance to crit. Okay. So you guys know my opinion about crits in this game. Critical strikes on skills is what makes Lubu OP. So yeah, this guy has potential, that is for sure. And increases activation. Wow. First of all, Miyamoto, Scipio and Lagerta will be very good, I think. If not amazing. So honestly, I think Ramses, Scipio and Lagerta might be very good. And then your troop recovers 100% recovery rate. Might bonus triggers up to once every 3 seconds after taking skill damage. Entering battle, immediately enters the conquest state for 6 seconds. Okay, so that's a one-time thing. Okay. Even if you have shit activations, that's actually pretty good. Wow, so he's very good. For multiple reasons. I think he's gonna be amazing in rallies. We know for a fact that Miyamoto does good in rallies, thanks to Lagerta. And this guy, and you know my opinion about Tribuana. Tribuana as a flow, is that you say that, a flow, right? F-L-A-W. Which is that between 18 seconds and 30 seconds, she does nothing, Tribuana, right? If you remember Tribuana. Let's have a quick lesson, guys. Do you guys remember? Take out your books. This is time for an interrogation. Tribuana, if you check, after 3 seconds, she increases your commander's activation chance by 50% for 15 seconds. And it can be triggered like only once every 30 seconds. So basically after that 18 seconds, she loses impact in rallies. However, Scipio does not. Scipio does not lose effectiveness in from what I see so far. So he will make Miyamoto even stronger in rallies. So on this account, I will unlock Scipio to the max, so I can give it a good shot and be able to say how he performs with both Ramses, Miyamoto and Yodit. And I can already say, if you are a free-to-play Arlo spender, Yodit, Lagerta, Tribuana does very good, and I do believe that Yodit, Scipio and Lagerta will be very strong, because Yodit packs up a fucking punch, man. Okay, so this was just his signature skill. Oh wow, he has Righteous Judgment. I guess King's Blade could be a fit as well. King's Blade could fit in there. But Righteous Judgment, sorry, it's very hard to say. This is insane, okay? You guys know how much I love debuffs. That's why that's why I like Hannibal. This is insanely high debuff. So I think when I play Scipio, I will most likely play with Righteous Judgment. But I will try every skill. And again, I'll give it a go. And then we have his unique skill. It does look like Constantine, by the way. Increases the chance for other heroes in your troop to activate their signature active skill by 15%. Wow. Okay, that is as strong as Tribuana's base buff. Okay. Holy guacamole. After a signature skill is used by anyone. Wow, okay. Boost the signature active skill damage of all other heroes in your troops by 15%. Wow. By 15% might bonus. Let's see. Increase damage reduction effect by 5%. Okay. So that's from 25 to 30%. That's a very good first star, if I may say so. While this state is active, increases the damage... Ooh, okay. While this state is active, increases the damage of your commander's signature active skill by 25% with a might bonus. Holy, what? Wow. So anytime you're under the conquest state, wow. I don't think people realize how busted this will be with Ramses, by the way. Like this with Ramses, that is insane. What? Wait, let me remind you with Tribuana as well. Tribuana's 5th star increases the next signature's active skill by your commander by 40%. Flat 40% once every 3 signature active skills, okay? So Scipio's 3rd star is like 2-3 times better than Tribuana's 5th star. Not even close. Wow, okay, wow. Wow, that is an impressive 5th star as well. Reduces the number of times required to trigger African's conquest to 4. So from 5 to 4. You know what that means? If you play Miyamoto, I'm saying this with Miyamoto because it's even more true with that. If you play with Miyamoto and Lagerta, that means that it takes 2 turns only, if you're lucky, to enter conquest state. Because Miyamoto plays, Miyamoto activates his signature skill. Lagerta has a, I think, 60% chance to double that. Right? So, and 3 seconds later, that applies as well. And I need to check, of course, the talent tree. Intrepid Warrior, okay, very basic. And he does buff the commander, thank you. Very basic. Crushing Blow, very basic, but in that context, that's very strong. Master's Verdict. Increase your commander's active skill damage by 6%, okay. Wow, okay, so pretty good talent tree. Very basic, but pretty good. So, okay, wow. Honestly... Skyward Knight. Yeah, Skyward Knight is good hit, 100%. Zhao Yun, 3 Kingdoms Warrior. Very well-known hero from the Chinese 3 Kingdom era. So let's see, people have told me countless times he was looking pretty good, so let's have a look. Deals might damage to an enemy troop. Might bonus, candle... Ah, here we go again. Yes, okay, we are... okay, yes, I see what... Okay, I see what this is about. Applies 1 stack of Cloud Dragon. Okay, for 15 seconds, okay? While reducing damage taken by your troop by a certain amount. Okay, so honestly not bad of a commander skill. After any of your heroes activate a secondary strike skill, applies 1 stack of Cloud Dragon. Okay, so this is not necessary to activate it for 15 seconds. For 15 seconds? Like 15 seconds is... Like you don't realize, guys, how much it is. 15 seconds is crazy. Crazy long 15 seconds. Especially when you know that heroes like Lubu tend to either one-shot you or die. And after any of your heroes activate a secondary strike skill, when 3 stacks are reached, oh here we go, consumes all Cloud Dragon marks applied by your troop, and deals might damage. That's 200%. Additionally, yes. Yes. Additionally, as a 60% chance to make Zhao Yun and the next hero enter the double attack state for 3 seconds. The skill has a... okay, wow, and also has a base critical damage rate, wow. Reduces damage dealt by the customizable secondary strike skills learned by Zhao Yun. Okay, so his damage is nerfed, but he has higher trigger chance. Alright, why not? But since he can crit, I mean his customizable skills cannot crit, at least, right? It's only his signature skill for now. Oh wow, he does have Pain Blood. He does have Pain Blood, which is an insanely good skill. Pain Blood is so good. Increases the activation chance of all of your heroes' customizable skill, secondary strike skill by 5% for 6 seconds. Immediately uses the over customizable secondary strike skill, but reduces his... wow. Yeah, so I think the play is Dragon Manifestation and Pain Blood for sure. That is insane. Like, you have to realize that when you pair this with Lubu, Lubu has 3 normal attacks per turn, okay? So Lubu has 3 normal attacks per turn, which means that every one of these 3 normal attacks has 5% more chance to activate Lubu's signature skills, customizable skills. That is insane. So I can already see, like, Lubu, Zhao Yun, Attila, I mean... increase Valiant Rescue's damage rate by 40%. Wow, and the critical strike damage of all your heroes by 10%. I'm more impressed by the critical strike damage of all heroes by 10%, because I'm not sure Lubu needed that. Valiant Rescue, yeah, okay, so pretty good first star. So far, all of these stars are good. Ah, okay, wow. Yeah, so I can already say that this 5th star is a must-have. Increases Valiant Rescue double attack chance by 40%. That makes it 100% at level 40. When Zhao Yun is the commander, each normal attack... What? That's insane. Has a 45% chance to recover 5 rage. Wow. That is crazy. Let's have a look at his talent tree, you know. Suffocating Raid. Okay, like this is useless, by the way. Every 3 seconds there is a 6% chance of the hero entering double attack. This is practically useless. Critical strike rate by 2%, I mean, why not? So what do I think? If I had to give a conclusion. I think Zhao Yun and Scipio are an easy S+. They are amazing, I would say they are even meta-shifting, meta-changing, I would say. They will bring a big... in my opinion, they will bring a big spike to the current lineups, both for Warrior Swords and Warrior Cav. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it for today. Thank you guys for being here. Feel free to like the stream. Feel free to to join the Discord server. And yeah, see you guys.